Fellow fight fans, what up? It's your boy MMT, and let's talk fights. We need to discuss the Tom Aspinall Jon Jones issue. It's a widely discussed issue, probably the most talked about topic in all of MMA, but I need to comment about it because it is pissing me off. Jon Jones is dragging his feet fighting Tom Aspinall, and he's doing it intentionally because he wants to ride off in the sunset as the longest tenured heavyweight champion of all time. And he doesn't want to scuff his image by losing to Tom Aspinall because not only will he probably lose to Tom Aspinall, but he's going to lose in a really disastrous fashion. He's going to get probably knocked out just like every other Tom Aspinall opponent does. Now, you may disagree with that. Jon Jones definitely disagrees with that. But if he really believed he could be victorious over Tom Aspinall, this fight would already be made. Instead, he's in Thailand right now with Nate Diaz, screwing around, riding on the back of mopeds with men, playing around in pools with men. I mean, this guy is doing everything but fighting Tom Aspinall. And Tom Aspinall is the longest tenured interim champion in UFC history. He's defended the interim belt. The interim belt was introduced as a placeholder. When the undisputed champion was injured and could not fight for an extended period of time, then the interim champion belt would be introduced. Two fighters would fight for it. We'd have an interim champion. When that undisputed champion was healthy again, then they would fight and figure out who the real champion is. And that's how it is supposed to be. That's how it's always been. But this was different. When Jon Jones was healthy, he didn't fight Tom Aspinall. He fought a 43-year-old Stipe Miocic. And the UFC tried to gaslight UFC fans into thinking that this is the fight that they wanted, this is the fight they needed to see. No. Stipe Miocic, even though he arguably is the heavyweight GOAT, he's 43 years old, he's well out of his prime, and he's coming off a loss to Francis Ngannou. He had a really long layoff, but he had a layoff because he got knocked out in the second round against Francis Ngannou. Another fighter that Jon would fight, but that's a whole nother discussion. Now, my problem is, not only is Jon Jones ruining his own legacy, which honestly that's not even a problem for me. I'm actually happy about that because the guy is just, I'm not going to say fraud, but he's kind of a fraud, okay? Yes, he is arguably the GOAT of the sport, but if you look at his last 5 years, he's only fought about 4 times, arguably lost to Thiago Santos. Thiago Santos was on 2 torn knees. He lost to Dominic Reyes even though he was given the decision. Then he fights Cyril Gane, a fighter that has 0 ground game. That fight was tailor-made for Jon Jones to be victorious. Then he fights a 43-year-old Stipe Miocic. That's the last 5 years of this guy's career. He's not even that old. He's not older than 37, I believe, maybe 38. I mean, the guy is not even that old. And the last 5 years of his career have been blah. And that's not even to mention that he had all of the PED stuff. So a lot of his prime was really affected by getting suspended by the UFC and having to sit out. I mean, this guy is kind of a fraud a little bit. I mean, that's a whole nother discussion as well. But my video right now, this topic right now, is about how the UFC needs to strip Jon Jones. And there's currently a petition going around that has almost 150,000 signatures already. And you should sign it. I'm going to put that signature in the description. So go ahead and sign that petition because we need to get Jon Jones stripped. This is not right. Tom Aspinall's prime. He's 32 years old. He's in his prime. Cannot be wasted any longer. He needs to fight. And if it's not going to be Jon, then unfortunately, the heavyweight division, which is not great at all, there's not any real prospects. I mean, Tom has already beaten every single ranked heavyweight fighter outside of Jailton Almeida, and I'm sure there's another one or two, but pretty much he's beaten every single ranked heavyweight opponent, and that's why the Jon Jones fight makes all the sense in the world. I'm sure the UFC wants to make it. It's going to make so much money, but it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous. Jon Jones is not going to fight Tom Aspinall, and that seems pretty crystal clear at this point. We need to strip Jon Jones. We need Tom Aspinall to keep extending his legacy and keep proving that he is probably going to go down as the greatest heavyweight of all time. He has the shortest fight length in UFC history. Less than like 2 minutes his fights usually go on for. He knocks out every single opponent in the first round. He's never gone outside of the first round. And this guy is the lightest on his feet heavyweight of all time. He hits so hard. He's like a third-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I mean, the guy is so well-rounded, and we need to see him fight. His prime cannot be wasted any longer. That's why Jon Jones needs to be stripped. Either the fight gets made immediately, there needs to be a date made immediately, or Jon Jones needs to get stripped, and there's no in-between. The UFC has been handling issues like this so poorly, but especially this issue. This has been the most poorly handled issue in UFC history. It's ridiculous. And it's that simple. Jon Jones needs to get stripped. The UFC needs to move on from Jon Jones because it's ridiculous. Apparently, the UFC is even agreeing to pay the $30 million that Jon Jones wants. Dude, do you not realize that you're doing more harm to your legacy by not fighting Tom than if you would just fight him and lose? It's insane to me. This whole situation is so insane to me. And you need to go sign this petition. If we can get close to 1 million signatures on this petition, then the UFC has no choice but to strip Jon Jones. They have to do it. This is not fair for Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall has been so respectful. He's been so patient. All he's saying is, I want to fight the best. I want to fight Jon. And if Jon thinks he's the best, then fight me. If not, relinquish the belt. Let's move on with our lives. He's not being disrespectful at all. Whereas Jon is acting like a little child. He's acting like a little girl. I'm living my best life. You're all haters, blah, blah, blah. Dude, wake up, man. Wake up. You're a fighter. Fight. And if not, that's fine. Walk away. But this is ridiculous. That's all I got for you guys. Let me know what you think about this whole situation with Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones. What do you think's happening behind the scenes? Are we going to get the fight? Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. If you enjoy this video, subscribe to my channel. I promise to keep pumping out great content for real MMA fans. And that's all I got for you guys. Tay out.